Hey guys, John Jr. here. Super excited to be bringing you guys week 7 of the APA Wi-Fi here against Kurt and his Portage Herdiers. I have been looking forward to this match so much because Kurt is one of my best online friends. Really enjoyed talking to him, really great dude, and I've really been looking forward to actually playing him in APA. He is actually one of the main reasons why I am where I am right now in the APA and talking to you guys, why you guys are listening to me. So big shout out to Kurt. Please go check him out. Please go check him out. He is going to be retiring from Monsoon, but that doesn't mean that he's not going to make some quality content. Please go check him out. And also, we did this match in call, and he does live comms, so if you guys want to see my live reactions to the moves that I made, why I made them, and what I did, and you just want to see Kurt's team in general, please go check that out. Anyway, going into this match, we both agreed that we can't use Jacob to prep because we're both really good friends with Jacob and usually use him to help us prep. And we both agreed that we couldn't do that this week because, you know, obviously we didn't want to make him choose which one he wanted to help, so we decided not to do that. So I built this team a lot on my own, but huge shout out to Silver. Silver helped me with, I believe, the Arachnid set as well as, I want to say Cobalion. I want to say the Cobalion set that you guys see on screen. Another thing, I'm sorry about this light in front of my face. I don't know how to get it out of here. But anyway, back to the match here. So, looking at Kurt's team, he has Megalade, Clefable, Skarmory, Alolan Muck, Druddigon, Raikou, Aselgor, Gyarados, Darmanitan, Piloswine, and Gourgeist. And if you guys watch Kurt's side of the video, the live battle, I was very confused about the 6 months that I thought Kurt was going to be bringing the whole time. I thought that he was going to be bringing about 9 different Pokemon. I thought every mon on his team had a good matchup, except for Raikou, oddly enough, because Raikou can't bring both HP Grass and HP Steel, so it's either not going to be hitting the Diancie for enough damage to not get killed back, or it's not going to hit the Swampert with enough damage to not get killed back, so I didn't really see the Raikou coming there. And also the Tangrowth, I guess. It couldn't really hit the Tangrowth with enough. It had to choose HP Ice, Steel, or Grass, so I don't think Raikou could have ever came. But anyway, the 6 mons that I thought he was going to bring, I thought the most likely mon was Gourgeist. Gourgeist absolutely sat in front of my team, and it was such a nuisance to deal with, and we have actually this Cobalion here to deal with that. I thought that Darmanitan was a definite bring. Darmanitan can 2-shot every single Pokemon on my team with Rock Slide plus Flare Blitz, which is super scary. Alolan Muck, I felt like had a really good bring, whether it be just to check the Lottie or what have you, but if he didn't bring that, Lottie kind of ran rampant on his team. Megalade was a pretty good bring. Megalade had 110 base speed, so it speed tied with my 2 highest speed tier mons, so I really felt like it had some utility in this game. Clefable was a mon that I definitely felt like could come, whether it be just to set up rocks and be more of an unaware set just in case, you know, Cobalion or Mega Diancie or Lottie tried to set up, or whether it be a Magic Guard set and try to set up itself. I felt like Clefable could definitely come either way. And lastly, I felt like Kurt would want to bring Skarmory because it's his only defogger on his team and we have Web. To me, it's a no-brainer to bring Skarmory here. But anyway, on to what I'm bringing and why I am bringing it. The first mon we do have here is Tempest the Zapdos. We are rocking Roost, Heat Wave, Thunderbolt, Roar, and we outspeed the Raikou under Webs, which is really cool. We do have a Arachnid, so obviously we are bringing Webs. We can 2-hit KO the Gourgeist after Leftovers if Max put Def with Heat Wave, and we can live a Darm Rock Slide after Rocks if he is a Scarf variant. So really cool there. We have Roar for the potential setup Clef as well as setup Muck, and then Roost for longevity, Static for mons like Darmanitan with their U-turn, excuse me, or even the Megalade with something like Close Combat or Ice Punch or Stone Edge. I don't know if Stone Edge makes contact actually, but whatever move it wants to hit us with, we can try to static it. The next mon we have here is Cobalt the Cobalion. We can outspeed the Darmanitan, and if he's Scarf, we can outspeed the Darmanitan under Webs, and then this is the check to Gourgeist. We are Volt Switch, Flash Cannon, Focus Blast, Taunt. And fun fact, besides I think like Round or something, Cobalion gets these 3 special moves and hidden powers, and that's it. It's ridiculous. I really wanted to bring some sort of Calm Mind variant, but no, it gets these moves. So Volt Switch is really good for things like the Gyarados as well as the Skarmory. We have Flash Cannon to deal with the Gourgeist to hit really good damage on that, and then Focus Blast to hopefully hit. Z Focus Blast can actually KO a Skarmory that's Fizz Def after 2 layers of rocks, I think is what it was. And then we have Taunt to prevent the Gourgeist from Leech Seeding us and kind of sit in front of the Gourgeist there, so that's really awesome. Maybe Taunt the Gourgeist into a Volt Switch, which is really nice. And this is just really here just to beat the Gourgeist. The next mon we do have here is going to be an AV Tangjelly Tangrowth here with Giga Drain, Earthquake, Poison Jab, Shockwave. Poison Jab, that move could have been anything. Poison Jab doesn't do very much to Clefable at all, but Earthquake's going to be there for the Raikou and the Alolan Muck as well as the Darmanitan. Giga Drain for obviously, you know, stab, and it hits the Piloswine as well. And then Shockwave was there to hopefully hit both the Gyarados and the Skarmory and do some massive damage to that. We do have enough defense to not take, or to live 2 CCs from the Megalade after rocks, and then we dumped the rest into SpDef and went AV for something like the Clef, so we could take that on just a little bit better. Really was hoping that we could bust out this Shockwave onto the Skarmory or the Gyarados and just absolutely blow it back, because this mod actually checks Gyarados. Gyarados can't really OHKO us unless he's at +1 with Fly Z, Bounce Z, or whatever it is. He can't really touch our Tangrowth, so I felt pretty comfortable bringing Tangjelly to wall that. Next up, we got Hank Dank Tank the Swampert. I want you guys to know, anytime I hear anybody mention Swampert recently, they call it Hank Dank Tank, and that makes me so happy that people have latched on to Hank Dank Tank the Swampert, and you guys have been nicknaming your Swamperts that, and it makes me so happy, man. It makes me so happy. We are bringing Swampert this week. He is our Darmanitan answer. Like I said, Darmanitan could basically two-shot our entire team, except for this mon right here with a combination of Flare Blitz, Rock Slide, and I guess Earthquake too for Mega Diancie. I forgot about that part. But we are bringing a Roar variant this week because his team is very weak to hazards. I mentioned earlier Skarmory was his only hazard removal, so I wanted to capitalize on that. So Rocks plus Roar is a very, very nice combination, and then Ice Beam plus Earthquake lets us hit the most mons possible. We can hit the Alola Muck, we can hit the Darmanitan, Ice Beam for the Gourgeist, you know. We can't really hit like the Skarmory or stuff like that, but we can, the things we don't hit, we can roar out, like Clefable, Skarmory, Gallade, things like that. Like, we can roar those out, no problem. And then we have leftovers for longevity. We can live 2 banded Flare Blitz from Darm after leftovers, which is insane that it does that much damage. But we can OHKO the Alola Muck after 2 rounds of Rocks, and we can live 2 Life Orb Modest Moonblast from the Clefable there. Which is really, really nice, and hopefully it won't come to that. Hopefully we'll be able to take out the Clefable before Swampert is our answer to it, but that's there just in case. Next up here, like I said, we're bringing Perfaqinid, the Araquanid here with Sticky Web, Surf, Liquidation, Toxic. This set was cooked up by me in Silver. I love this set so much. Like I said, Sticky Webs, his only hazard removal is Skarmory, and if we can get in a good position with Webs, with Rocks, we'll be in a fine position to try to win late game. But I almost went Water Z on this, but I thought that Fighting Z Focus Blast would be a little bit better on Cobalion, and Silver agreed with me. Or maybe he thought so and I agreed with him, I don't remember. But we are rocking with leftovers, and then we have Surf and Liquidation with enough enough special attack to 2-hit KO a Fizdef Skarmory and enough attack to 2-hit KO a SpDef Clefable with the respective moves. So that's really, really awesome there. So as long as he's SpDef Clefable, we 2-hit KO with Liquidation. As long as he's Fizdef Skarmory, we 2-hit KO with Surf, which is crazy. It's crazy we do that much damage. And then we do have Toxic for the Druddigon and other mons like that we don't really hit. The Gourgeist is another one. And we can, let me see, live 1 Rock Slide after leftovers from the Darmanitan, or after Rocks, excuse me, after Rocks from the Darmanitan, and that's going to be our Araquanid set. I was really looking forward to using this set. And then lastly, he does not deal with Mega Diancie at all well. I did not want to go max speed, but Mega Gallade is very, very important to outspeed, because otherwise we have nothing on our team that outspeeds it. So we did go enough speed to speed tie the Mega Gallade. We can live 1 Earthquake from non-invested Piloswine, and then we can 2-hit KO the max SpDef Piloswine at +1 with a Moonblast. We are rocking Moonblast Power Gym for the Gyarados, because Gyarados does get Intimidate, and then we are rocking Earth Power for the, I think the Muck and Raikou, I think is what it is, and we didn't really need a 4th move. So Diancie's dual stats actually do really good most games, but that's going to be the squad that we're rocking with, guys. Let me know if there's anything that you guys would have brought instead of what we did bring, and what you think that he's going to bring down below. Let me know if you think I'm right. If I'm wrong, please go check Kurt's side of the battle out. It would mean the world to not only me, but also him, and we're going to go ahead and hop into this battle. Okay guys, and we are here with the battle and Kurt's team. You see his team on screen. Again, if you missed the team builder, make sure to check out Kurt's side in the description below, or his channel, and go check out his side of this battle, because I was actually in a call with him when we played this, and it was a lot of fun, so please go check that out. But anyway, looking at his team, he did not bring the Alola Muck, so Lottie could have went crazy, and he also did not bring the Darmanitan, which 2-shot my entire team, so both of those were very, very surprising to me. Instead, he brings the Selgor and the Gyarados, which Selgor didn't worry me too much. I felt like Zapdos could always deal with the Selgor, but Gyarados kind of did worry me. I felt like we might have underprepped for Gyarados just a little bit. We did have Cobalion with a Volt Switch, which could catch him off guard, and we do have Diancie with Power Gym, but other than that, we didn't have a whole lot of ways to deal with the Gyarados besides like Swampert Roar and things like that. But looking at the team matchup, I feel like if we led Zapdos, there were really no downsides. The only mon that I really didn't want to see was the Clefable, so as long as we led Zapdos, I felt like we were in an alright position. So we're going to go ahead and hop in here, and we are going to lead Zapdos. Another lead option was definitely the Arachnid and just getting webs up turn 1. I felt like that was also another really good option. But Zapdos couldn't be killed by a Silver Final Gambit, so that was really cool. And at least I don't think it could have. But he is going to end up leading Silver Scarm, the Skarmory, so we get the lead prediction right. He expected the Arachnid, and we got him with the Zapdos. So I'm actually going to click Heat Wave here as he does switch out. I kind of halfway expected the Gourgeist, but he does go into the Clefable, so that is absolutely fine. Old man, if you guys get that, it's Panther. But we are going to click Heat Wave and do about 20%. If you saw me look, there was a Stink Bug. But we are going to get the Burn on the Clefable, which is really awesome. We're going to be able to find out that this is a Magic Guard Clefable. It does not matter at all other than us finding that out. It does not impact the game in any way aside from us finding out that it is not Magic Guard and it is unaware, which is really cool. But I'm going to switch out into Swampert here because there's nothing that he can really do to scare me, as he does end up going for Stealth Rock. So I felt like this was an opportunity to get my rocks up. I felt like this was pretty free rocks, as he is, you know, going to get leftovers and then get burned again. So we were already putting the plan in motion here of getting those hazards up and wearing him down residually. He is going to go ahead and switch out here, and he is going to go ahead and go into Tony the Gourgeist, which was kind of expected, and this Mon was a problem. Our answer to this, like I said, was Cobalion. He does see our leftovers, no big deal there, and we are going to get our rocks up. So we are putting that plan in motion, like I said. So I expected maybe a Toxic, maybe a Seed Bomb, maybe a Will-O-Wisp to come off here. So Cobalion was my answer to this no matter what. There wasn't really another Mon that I had that could deal with Gourgeist. So he is actually going to go for Toxic, and we're going to get him on that play. This stupid Stink Bug, dude. I'm going to go ahead. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and click Taunt on this Gourgeist just in case he wants to click Leech Seed, because we do not want him to get that residual recovery. And he is going to go for a double Toxic, expecting me to Volt Switch. So definitely a good play on his part. I'm going to Volt Switch expecting him to switch out, but he stays in, which actually really surprised me, because that means he's probably going to go for a Fire Blast or a Seed Bomb or something like that. So I decided Arachnid was probably the best play. I don't think there's any way he clicked Stone Edge right there or anything like that. So he is going to go ahead and go for the Seed Bomb there and connect, and does a hefty amount to our Perfactwinid. Actually, he does a pretty good amount. And he's actually going to do something very shocking this next turn. I'm going to go ahead and try to get webs up. I feel like this was the prime opportunity for me to get webs up here, as he is going to go ahead and click Rock Slide, and he's going to miss, but I don't think it killed, so I don't think it would have mattered unless he flinched. But we are going to go ahead and get our webs up, which is really awesome. So we've got webs and rocks on his side of the field, and everything is going according to plan thus far. So obviously we both get leftovers recovery, nothing crazy there. I really think that I'm 90% sure that I could have lived that Rock Slide. Like, we did calcs afterwards, and unless he got a flinch, I lived that. But I'm going to go ahead and send out Cobalion again, because there's, like I said, there's nothing he can really do to touch me, as he is going to go for another Toxic there, trying to Toxic the Arachnid or cover any switches besides the Cobalion there. I'm going to go ahead and go for a Flash Cannon. I'm going to expect him to stay in, and if he doesn't, then Flash Cannon into Z Focus Blast kills the Skarmory more times than not after rocks. As he goes for a Seed Bomb here, expecting me to maybe double out and make some hard predictions like I do sometimes, so I can't really blame Kurt for doing that there. But he is actually going to switch out here, I think. He is going to switch out. I did not click Volt Switch this time. I almost did, but I just went for another Flash Cannon, as he does send in the Skarmory. So I was like, okay, we're in an alright position. We clicked Flash Cannon again. I thought there was no reason to overplay, because like I said, if we went Skarmory, Flash Cannon into Z Focus Blast more times than not killed. So he is looking to be at about 75%, and I think we did about 70 to 80, so it was like a 50% roll. We are going to bust out the Z Focus Blast here. If he switched back into Gourgeist, then fine. Like, we could have just Volt Switched out with Cobalion if, like, next time he went back into Skarmory. Like, no big deal, right? So I was completely fine with clicking my Z move here. We are going to connect this Z all-out pummeling, the Z Focus Blast, and do a ton of damage to this Skarmory. This Skarmory is going to be put maybe down? I don't know. The animation's really slow. Almost. We lose the roll there, but that's fine. It doesn't matter too much. But he is going to be able to click Defog, which definitely sucks. But not even going to lie, I was kind of relieved of that, because I didn't want to rack when it taking 25% when it switched back in. So he is going to unfortunately get rid of webs and rocks from his side of the field. But we're going to try our best to get those back up, because that is our game plan. That is how we win this. He's looking to be at about 10% here, and he is going to switch out. I lost literally nothing in clicking Volt Switch. There was not a reason in the world for me to click Volt Switch. And Kurt realizes this, and he goes into Gourgeist. on my Gourgeist answer because I was going to click Volt Switch and there was no way I didn't. So very, very good play on Kurt's part there, as his Gourgeist is at about 50%, and we're going to switch out here. And I felt like Zapdos was probably the best play. I felt like, I lied. I felt like Mega Diancie was probably the best play because Mega Diancie did about 60% to the Gourgeist, and after leftovers it looked like he was at about that range, so 60% min, mind you. And actually, if you look at his team, his answer to Mega Diancie was Skarmory, and it is at 10%, so he's actually going to go into Clefable here, and Graham is going to Mega Evolve, and you just look at his team, man, and Mega Diancie's looking so good now, so good indeed, and we are going to Mega Evolve there, and we're going to click Moonblast. I had literally 0 reasons not to click Moonblast. His 1 resist was at 10%, we're in a great position. We click Moonblast, that has to be a Fizz Def Clefable, because look at that, oh my gosh, that did like 60% of that Clefable. Absolutely insane. And we get the special attack drop, and you already know Kurt was going to say stuff about it, but it didn't matter. Don't even say that, Kurt. Don't even say anything. But we're going to click Moonblast again, and we are going to be able to pick up the KO on this big scary Pokemon sitting right in front of us. Sorry that we had to do that to you, Panther, but the Clefable is going to go down there. But he sends in Austin, which I do believe is the Glade here, which is really, really scary. I didn't want to risk a potential Earthquake coming off from him, something like that. Or maybe I didn't want to risk the speed tie basically, so I decided going into Zapdos was definitely the best play to see what he did, try to get a static off. If he clicked Swords Dance, then we could live a +2 Rock Slide no problem, or +2 Stone Edge even. Well, we couldn't live a +2 Stone Edge, but we could live a +2 Rock Slide, so I just had to see which one he had. So he is going to go for close combat here, which I was absolutely fine with. Try to get the static. We do not get the static, unfortunately, but that's fine. We got the static against Dan, aka aDrive, so that is absolutely fine. And at this point in the match, we I don't remember what I did. I think I hard switched into Tangrowth because I expected him to just go for close combat again or go for a Rock Slide or Stone Edge, one of the two. And as I go Tangrowth, he doesn't end up going for Rock Slide, so we know which move he has here. I'm going to make a very, very aggressive play here, and I had no reason to make this play. But Giga Drain only did 50 anyway. But he's going to hard Swords Dance on my Tangrowth, and I was like, wait a second. I clicked Shockwave expecting the Skarmory or the Gyarados, and we do negligible damage to that Mon, and he has, it was a 77, we were at 87%, and it was a 77 to 80, or 77 to 91 roll, and we were at 87%, and unfortunately, Kurt is going to grab that roll there, and he's going to pick up the KO on Tangrowth, which definitely sucks. It actually sucks a lot, and it puts us in a very, very bad position. I clicked Giga Drain, and we wouldn't have killed at -2, but we would have came close, and then we could have put it in range of trying to win the speed tie with Diancie here, but this entire game came down to winning this speed tie. If I lost this speed tie, I lost the game, barring a potential miss on Rock Slide on Zapdos, but other than that, I lost the game. But so we had to go Diancie, we had to risk the speed tie. If I lost the speed tie, I lost the game. If he lost the speed tie, he has nothing for Mega Diancie. So as you can see, he does end up losing the speed tie. We do click Moonblast, and we're able to connect on Mega Glade. And sometimes the game really does come down to those 50-50s, but to be fair, I lost the roll on Tangrowth, and I don't know if he even could have killed Zapdos at the range we were at, maybe. I never checked that calc, and he could have missed too anyway, but we do end up winning that speed tie. Somebody's got to win it, and it ends up being us, which is awesome. I switch out of fear that he is Choice Specs Energy Ball, and he actually goes for Choice Specs Water Shuriken on his Selgor here, which Choice Specs, and it does 5 damage per, which is crazy, and he's actually going to go ahead and pick up all 5 Water Shuriken hits here, which do not matter at all, I want you to know, but it's really funny that he did that, and then we recover, like, all of the damage he just did with 1 leftovers. Like, that's insane. But he's obviously going to switch out here. He is Choice Specs. I couldn't tell at the time because of that damage, but later on we are able to tell that he is Choice Specs. He sends in Skarmory here, and we do go for Toxic because if he went Skarmory, we could actually beat it by clicking Surf. If you guys did watch the team builder, this was built to take on this Skarmory, but he is Spadef because he did live that Cobalion Z-Focus Blast, so I just wanted to go for a Surf to gauge the damage here. He does end up going for Roost, and we should be able to beat this 9 times out of 10 as long as he's not max or close to max Spadef. And we do go for Surf, and we end up doing just about 40-ish% to the Skarmory, which is not enough. It's not enough at all. So the one thing that Arachne was brought to do, it was not able to do. And at this point, I was like, okay, well, we can go for Sticky Web, or we can try to get some defense drops with Liquidation and put him in a really bad spot there. And he's gonna go for another Roost to try to get his Skarmory to a point to where it can live 2 Surfs, and that's absolutely fine by me. I want to try to get defense drop with Liquidation now. As we do go Liquidation, Kurt still, like in the video you guys saw, he thought I was clicking Surf for like 10 turns in a row, and I just kept saying, get a defense drop, get a defense drop. drop, but I was clicking liquidation, and we do not get a defense drop that time. That's fine. We need to get a defense drop this time, and we will actually put ourselves in a really nice position to be able to beat this mon one-on-one. So he does end up going for Roost again, no surprise there, making sure his Skarmory can click Brave Bird and be healthy after clicking Brave Bird, and we are going to go for a liquidation once more. Hope for a defense drop, because if we are, then we maybe force a switch, which is really awesome, and he's going to get some more leftovers recovery there, which definitely it's not looking good for us. So he is in a position now to where he is healthy enough to where he can click Brave Bird or Whirlwind or whatever he wants to click, and he is going to go ahead and click Brave Bird, and this is a very scary move. Skarmory does not hit weak at all. Skarmory actually hits kind of hard, and we're able to live on 2. I don't think this ends up mattering in the in-game. I don't think we kill here, do we? I'm pretty sure we don't kill here with liquidation. If we do, then we do not kill there, so it ends up not mattering. But if I would have clicked webs, that would have been really cool, and we would have put him in a bad position if we got a defense drop with that liquidation. But we live on 2, and I'm like, you know what? We'll save this as sack fodder. Maybe it was for a reason. So we switch out here, and we're gonna go into Tempest, because I don't know why I didn't go to Tempest earlier. I just wanted to win the battle, I guess. And he was caught up in that too, because he didn't switch out into his Gourgeist. I think Gourgeist is still alive, but he was caught up in that too. He could have just as easily went Gourgeist just as easily as I could have went Zapdos. So we were caught up in a little battle there, wanting to win the little war there. So I go Tempest. I have no reason not to click. What would I end up clicking? I think I clicked Heat Wave on the possible Gourgeist, or maybe I clicked Thunderbolt expecting the possible Gyarados. I didn't want him to click Z-Water on my Zapdos, so he does send in the Gourgeist, and that's fine. I can kill this thing with Thunderbolt plus Heat Wave anyways, so we do end up clicking Thunderbolt, potentially expecting the Gyarados there, and I said Para, but we don't get a Para, but we can just click Heat Wave here, and we pick up the KO here on this Gourgeist. If he wants to double out into Gyarados, then sure, we're almost at full health anyway, and I don't think any Z move it has can kill us. I know it gets Z Stone Edge actually. Z Stone Edge might have been able to kill us, but we do connect the Heat Wave there, and we are able to pick up the KO there on the Gourgeist, which is absolutely amazing. Tony is going to go down there, and he is going to go into, I believe, Gyarados now? Or maybe a Selgor. I don't remember. We'll find out. We'll find out together. Delray. He does go into the Selgor, and I was kind of scared of a final Gambit coming off on this mon. I couldn't tell if he could kill us from this range or not, so I just decided to switch out. I didn't spend as much time on the Calicut as I would have liked, but we go into Arachnid. Arachnid didn't have purpose left anyway. The only mon that Sticky Webs would have been here for was the Arachnid, or was the Selgor anyway, and he actually clicks HP Rock and kills my Arachnid. I keep getting the two mixed up. Selgor clicked HP Rock and killed Arachnid. There we go. But I know he's locked into this move more than likely, just based on what I've seen, so I do end up going Diancie. If he's not locked into that move, Energy Ball can't KO us anyway, even if he's modest. Only Specs Energy Ball can, so I was fine with that, and I had absolutely zero reasons not to click Power Gym there. We do get a crit, but it did not matter at all. Kurt said in the video that it mattered, but afterwards we talked about it. That crit did not matter at all. We did like 47%, and then he was at like 28%, and then we killed with another one. Unless he was like Skarmory, it didn't matter. So he is going to go into Gyarados here, and we had about a 50-50 roll to knock this out or not, and we do end up getting that roll. I don't know what item he was. I don't know if he was Z-Water or what he was, so maybe he could have killed Zapdos if he won that. I'm not sure. I have no idea. But we are able to win that roll there, and he goes for Water Shuriken on the Selgor, and he needs to hit all 5 Water Shurikens and get a crit on one of them in order to kill my Diancie. And he does get a crit there, but he is only going to hit 3 times, so we are going to be able to pick up a KO here on the Selgor with Mega Diancie, and Mega Diancie is able to pick up 5 in this battle, which is absolutely amazing. We did have a little bit of luck on our side, but the big thing was the Z move from the what was it called? Cobalion just denting that Skarmory. After the game, Kurt said GG, or what do you say? Good game, no brain Z moves. That's his new motto after that game, because we almost killed a Skarmory with a Cobalion, which he thinks it should never happen, and that was absolutely crazy. Like I said, if you guys enjoyed the battle, please make sure to leave a like, but please, most of all, go show Kurt some love. Go look at his video, go watch his video, go watch the live battle. I had a lot of fun with it, man. It's the most fun I've had in a battle in a long time. But be sure to show him some love and tell him I sent you his way. But anyway, guys, let me know what you guys thought of this battle down below. I had a lot of fun with it. We are moving on to 3 and 4, and next week we are going up against Panther and the Carolina Clefables, but we are not actually going to be playing Panther. We're going to be playing our good buddy Ogle, because Panda had some personal stuff come up, and it's completely fine. We've talked about it, and it's completely fine. I completely understand. So Ogle is one of his assistant coaches, and we will be playing Ogle. And don't think by any means that the words that just came out of my mouth means we're going to get a free win next week, because Ogle is an amazing battler. He's an amazing person, one of my good buddies, and I'm really looking forward to playing him. And next week when we do play him, let's show him some love. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. Again, one more time, please check out Kurt, one of my best friends, and I would really appreciate it if you checked him out down below. Thank you guys again so much for watching and for all of your guys' support. I really, really do appreciate it. But for now, guys, this has been John Jr. signing off.